Peace and good morning on this fine Sabbath, dear brethren. And just something really important that we see spoken of throughout the Bible, whether in Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15 and 16, Isaiah, the 14th chapter, the 12th verse of the 21st verse, Revelation chapter 19, verse 11 to verse 19. You look throughout the Bible, even in the apocryphal books, in Second Esdras 13, verse 32 down to about verse 37. And the apocryphal books isn't a separate book, or it's actually the Bible. The Bible, the 1611 King James Bible and the 1769 King James Version Bible. I have the 1769 in my hand, and it's the word of the Heavenly Father translated from the original Hebrew and Greek languages into our modern English language. You could also use the Old English, which is the 1611 King James Version Bible. Now, with all the distractions, all the technologies, all the different fads, and what the world prioritizes to push forth or to share or to make videos of, that continues, and other things continues to keep people focused on everything except the reality of the ending of the world that we live in. And just to show you how powerful this is, although we're going to get right to the point, make sure you read the entire book of Second Peter's, including the entire Second Peter's, the third chapter. We're going to read Second Peter's 3 and 10, because when we start to understand what's actually happening and all the chaos and all the wars and rumors of wars that we see, when we start to read the Bible, we see that these things are prophesied about in Matthew's chapter 24, from verse 3 to verse 51, Luke, the 21st chapter, Job chapter 5, verse 19 down to verse 23, and countless other prophecies and scriptures. We start to then wake up to the fact that the world that we're living in is actually temporary, because it's not going to endure for another 1,000 years or hundreds of years or tens of thousands of years or millions of years. This world is at its end. That's why the things that are happening confirm, as prophesied in the Bible, that we're living in the end times. We're living in the last times of the last days. Second Peter's 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So judgment day, the day when the Lord establishes forever his righteousness and his power in the earth through the biblical Jesus Christ, who he's sending to bring judgment day with millions of angels. This reality, we're seeing that it's going to come to people as an astonishment, as a shock. A thief doesn't come where people are waiting for him, or the cops are all hiding in the house, and as soon as he comes in, he gets arrested. That's not how burglars work. So for the Bible to say that when Christ comes, he's going to come as a thief in the night, he's going to be completely unexpected, even though throughout the Bible, and even now, we're reading and warning people and warning actual true sheep the most, that have ears to hear, like, hey, get your life together, get yourself in order, including the rest of your house, your woman, your children. Or even if you're a single mother, get yourself in order. Start to learn the Bible and be doers of the word. Apply the Bible. Perform what the Bible, throughout the entire Bible, the word commands us to do. Let's continue. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. So the world that we see, the wars that we see, the hatred that we see, the people being lost and everyone doing their own thing, people being full of sin and anger and confusion, and also demons, all these things that we're seeing, people comfortably blaspheming against the Heavenly Father, using God's titles as a punchline or word filler, or G damn or OMG, all these different things that show blatant disrespect to our creator. All that's going to come to an end. And we want to end before we're ended living that way in sinful pride and blindness. So it says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So quoted earlier, Isaiah 66, verse 15 and 16, lets us know the Lord will come with fire on judgment day. Fiery judgment is going to be a part of it. And this fire is going to be not like regular fires, it's going to be melting elements. Rocks are elements, bricks are elements, metal are elements. So as we start to learn, metals are elements. So as we start to learn the Bible, we start to see that God has let us know exactly what to expect, how to have a good life, how to prosper in our lives, how to guide and teach our children that we love, how to actually apply love to our wife, to our children, to our parents, even if they might not have had understanding to be good parents. The Lord shows us how to live. And by us not following God and following the Bible, but following the lies of idolatrous religions and any religion, and now today even Israelite groups are people are following, all that's going to do is put us in the wrong position for judgment day and be on the opposite side of Christ. So as we conclude, we see that God is coming to bring fiery judgment. This isn't a game. This isn't a story. This isn't a theory. It isn't a blind opinion. It's the word of the Lord. Let's continue. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So this is inevitable. The scriptures can't be broken. The same way that the Heavenly Father prophesied that if we disobeyed him, that we would serve our enemies in everything that we lack and need, is the same way. And we didn't believe that. We were on top of the world when we were delivered out of slavery in ancient Egypt. So we didn't believe that was possible, being in the power seat at that time. Yet now we're the least and weakest. We're the most poor, the most afflicted, oppressed, and can't do anything about it, just like the Heavenly Father said. So the same way those prophecies and words have happened when you read in Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus chapter 26, Luke chapter 21, verse 24, throughout the Bible also, we're reading that God's going to bring judgment day. So our focus has to be to stand before the Son of Man, or to learn the Bible, study it, and obey it, so that we can be saved from the oncoming destruction and judgment, period, and be on the right side of judgment. Let's continue. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So our focus needs to be in holy conversation. When we read in Romans chapter 7, verse 12, the Lord lets us know, wherefore the commandment is holy and the law is holy and just and good. So because the Heavenly Father himself defines what's good or what's holy, which is his commandments, his word, and obeying the commandments in his word, that's where our focus needs to be. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So as we start to learn and apply the Bible, it gives us a renewed perspective. It allows us to know our Creator and to grow in him by obeying his word, and then him also hearing our prayers and our words. And we have guidance. We have that direction, that following our own mind or this world full of confusion, we just follow sin and bring more evil to ourselves on a daily basis, rather than growing and receiving blessings and more mercy from the Lord. All honor, praises, and glory to our Almighty Heavenly Father, through his word in our life, the biblical Jesus Christ.